Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tuesday, September the 29th. Had the blood moon the other night, the eclipse. If you guys got and saw that, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching. I'm wearing a Tora Bora clothing shirt that I got from those guys, some Army Rangers and SF guys. Go check them out, Tora Bora Clothing. I believe it's .com. It might be .org or .net. They're a nonprofit, and they help out veterans and so forth, which is one of the things we're going to kind of talk about today. I'd like to talk with you about. I want to share a little story, though. It's kind of funny, I think, about when I was in a BRC down at Coronado, going through basic reconnaissance course. So we would generally every day, pretty much, unless we were up at Camp Penn and patrolling phase and stuff, we were doing run, fin, runs. You'd run a certain distance, get out in the ocean, fin a certain distance, and then run a certain distance. I think it was 3 mile run, 2,000 meter fin, and a 3 mile run for time or so. I don't fucking remember. I've got brain injury, but anyways, details aren't important. You want to find out, go check out BRC and stuff. I'm sure that the standards are either the same or they're harder, because I guarantee you they didn't get any easier. But anyways, so when you would do the fin portion, you'd have your combat ruck and everything, your load and everything, and in your rucksack you'd have a 50-pound sandbag, and you had a leash was supposed to be tied onto all your shit's supposed to be dummy corded, basically. I mean, you're going into the surf zone and stuff. Well, anyways, long story short, my swim buddy Vasky, and swim buddies are very important. They're there for a reason. There's certain rules, like with swim buddies. I feel like I'm getting on a bunny trail, or I'm not very organized here on this. Anyways, your swim buddy and you, nothing comes between you. Like, you don't let an instructor walk between you, especially like a pre-scuba and so forth. Nothing comes between you and your swim buddy. Especially so that, and they kind of maintain that on land and everything, so that when you get in the water and stuff, nothing will come between you guys. Whatever. It's a safety number. It's a safety deal and everything else. And it's a good deal. And you should all have swim buddies. Everybody should have a fucking swim buddy or a battle buddy. But anyways, so on this particular morning, there was a nice set of plunging waves coming in, and I don't know. They're probably, I'm going to guess 5 to 6 footers or so, something like that. But anyways, Vasky and I were doing pretty good, we were running in, boom, 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 got to our gear, got, our fins and our rucks and everything, getting ready to head into the water, because you're competing against the whole class. And Vasky and I were usually on the fins, were either the first team or the second team that came in. The other two fastest would be my buddy Vic Miller and Doc Murphy. And Vic, I hope you're watching this, man. But anyways, so this particular morning, there's a nice set of surf, these waves coming in and everything. And we get pummeled by this one plunger, kind of one of those ones where you get on the bottom of the ocean and it rolls you around, and shit, and you kind of look for the bubbles or whatever to figure out which way's up. So, I mean, just kind of rolls you and disorients you and things like that. It was a pretty good wave. So we came back up, hey, I'm okay, you're okay, let's go. Shit, guess what? We're not okay. And the reason we're not okay is because somebody in our team, between the two of us, had one freaking job before he got in the water with his gear. And that was to put the leash to his rucksack, the dummy cord leash on him, and he didn't do that. And so his rucksack was up on the beach shortly, and with our TAC instructor Lynch's foot on it, wanting to know whose ruck it was. So we went up there, and I asked if I could have my ruck back. We paid for that. We were basically we were the last team in the surf, because or to get through the surf, because we'd already been out, had to come back. I had to pay for my sins, and then we had to go again, and we're still under the clock. So Vasky and I are just pissed. He's yelling at me and I'm yelling at him and everything else, and we're not getting along that great at the moment, which is sometimes how things are in life, And we're actually even like we would pass some teams and catch up and stuff and be on each other, and we would stop and actually be throwing punches at each other and shit in the water. And then somebody would pass us, whatever, and we'd start, going again. Well, at one point, we were finning, and we were stuck in this, and we just got done having a big fight in this kelp bed. And my fins and stuff were kind of tangled up in the kelp and everything. And sitting there, and I'm trying to untangle it with this one hand like this, and Vasky's yelling at me and shit, and I'm like, whatever, man. And I got my ruck down here, and all of a sudden, my rucksack goes boom. Kept it in my hand, but I mean, we're talking this thing is wet, and it's got a 50-pound sandbag in it and shit. Something hit it. Something came up through this kelp and hit it. Boom. And launched it up like that. And Vasky and I just looked at each other, and we were like, let's just get the hell out of here. We didn't fight one more time or anything else. And in fact, guess what place we came in? Second that day. Our team came and said we passed everybody except for Murphy and Miller. But anyway, the reason I tell you that is because we need a swim buddy and stuff. I mean, we did fins and run fin runs and all this other shit all the time. Hell, on my spare time, I used to run from Horno down to San Onofre and fin and then run back and shit. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. I mean, I didn't want to be around Vasky at the point, and he didn't want to be around me either. But when that challenge or whatever it was in the kelp that came up and hit my rucksack or whatever, did that, and we realized that we were facing something bigger than either one of us alone, I was glad he was there, and I'm sure he was glad I was there as well. In fact, we talked about it. But I want to, out here studying and reading the Bible and stuff, that's what I do. I'm not saying you have to or you need to or whatever. You probably should. But that's up to you and whatnot. I just want to share with you something I found interesting that kind of goes along with that story, and also was something that we're dealing with as a nation today with our vets. And so I was reading and I was studying in Ecclesiastes chapter 4. And Ecclesiastes is wrote by Solomon, King Solomon, the wisest man that ever lived. And starting at verse 9, it's just verse 9 through 12. And it says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Also, listen up, ladies. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. So on those cold nights, lie down with your man, keep him warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. I'm reading this is out of the NIV, I believe, is the version of this Bible of mine, yeah. But anyway, that's what I want to share. I mean, we all need somebody at some time, at some point in our life, and to be quite honest, just to get to the point of it all, 22 a day, I mean, we've lost more of our servicemen and women to suicide than we have in these past wars and these conflicts, and and a lot of times I'm sure they feel alone, they feel challenged, they feel something go bump on their life, or chase them where they're caught in the kelp and they're tangled up and they can't get out on their own and try to keep their ruck and everything. I mean, I don't know, but I know it's something that we can all do something about. In fact, these guys tore board clothing, some Army Rangers, SF guys, started this to raise awareness to veteran suicide. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, you can play the numbers game all you want or whatever. Some people say 22 a day is not an actual number, this and that, and I think they're right. I don't think it's an actual number, but I don't think it's lower like some of them are saying. I think it's actually probably higher than that. I don't think that all of them get ruled as suicides or whatnot. I don't know. It go on, but the fact is, who cares if one would be too many. So not too long ago, one of my recon brothers, Jason Barbosa, reached out to me and made me take a challenge and a pledge with him. And it was when I had my kids this last summer, and I was holding up a sign, and it said hashtag I will not be 22, or I won't be number 22. Hashtag I won't be number 22. And you know what? I want to challenge all of you guys. If you're vets out there and stuff, do that. Challenge a vet to do it. Reach out. Find a swim buddy if you don't have one. Be a swim buddy to somebody who doesn't have one. Seriously, you know, we got to do something. We just have to. I mean, you know, you say, well, I can't do anything, this and that, da 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 da. Yeah, you may not be able to physically go out and do something or reach somebody, but you know what? You can support an organization like Tora Bora Clothing, the Raider Project, Marine Recon Foundation, support Special Operations Forces. These are just some of the ones that I know and that I give to occasionally and whatnot, and try to do things when they have shirt sales and things like that. You know what? I don't have a lot of money, Lance. I can't do. Guess what? I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money either. I got 3 kids, you know, I pay child support on and everything, house, everything, all that shit too. But you know what else I do know? My beers that I drink, my Lagunitas, I know those are $10 a 6-pack. And I guarantee you, if I got money to buy a 6-pack of those, I could put some money in a direction behind a cause like something like this, if it's going to help save and impact a life, or lives, hopefully. You know, it just kind of goes back to the old saying. It's if it's something you're passionate about and you really want to do, and you want to make it, whether it's a goal or this or that or whatever, a discipline. If you really want to, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. So, you know, maybe next time, and I'm not judging anybody, but I'm just saying, you know, think about it in those terms. I can't help or whatever, but I'd really like to. Well, you know, next time you're having that Starbucks or something, skip Starbucks 3 or 4 times. Buy one shirt, get you a cool new shirt or whatever, support a great cause, and help some of our service personnel out, our men and women, our veterans. I mean, we got to do something, people. This is ridiculous. So that's what I want to share with you guys. Like I said, if you want to go check out the Bible, the verses I was reading and everything else, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 12, you know, find a swim buddy and a battle buddy. If I ask you, I haven't talked to you in a lot of years, but I've kind of kept tabs on you, and I hope you're doing well, and I think you are, from what I understand. So you guys have a good one. Have a great day, and remember, with the right attitude, trials in life will make you better. And with the wrong attitude, they'll make you bitter. Choice is yours. Choose life. Bye.